Good evening from Southeast Asia. We're doing France again tonight. God, Howard Stern would just go somewhere with that. Okay, we got alien reports from France, from the frogs. Okay. The reason we're doing France is because there's so many of them and they're so good. Usually, not always. And we're just going to jump right into it. All recordings are copyright 2024 by stockphotosworldwide.com. You can go there. You can go to alienanalprobe.com. You can go to theyclaim.com, and you can go to a whole bunch of other places. Okay, we got location. I'm not going to butcher these French names anymore because they're going to take a hit on me. And I don't really care anyway. Location is France. Something, comma, something, France. Don't know, don't care. God. Can they pronounce the names of the Navajo villages I lived in? No, they cannot. So F them. Okay, date is 1930. Time is 2100. That would be 9 o'clock at night. MB was on the road about 40 yards from its intersection with a road that leads up to the hotel. Okay, as if we needed to know that. When he saw a little man come out of the ditch beside the road and pass diagonally toward the hotel road. Now, you guys have not studied 9,400 of these cases. I have, over more years than I'm going to admit. And as I go along through this interminable journey, I find that more and more I notice, I am more in tune to noticing patterns, really obscure, weird patterns, because there are so many of these reports that go back a couple of thousand years. We've got a lot of them from the last 200, 300, 400 years. 9,600 of them. I only have 9,600 of them. I suspect that there are, I don't know how could I get, I'm suspecting if everybody in the world who had an experience was forced to come out, and tell about their experience, I bet there'd be 200,000 or 300,000 that they're dying with the witnesses, and they're, maybe they exist in letters to Auntie in 1947, and then Auntie dies and the kids think, oh, this is bullshit, and they burn it, they just never come to the public. So I'm in a little bit of a unique position to be seeing these patterns, and patterns is mostly what I'm interested in. And here's the pattern I'm seeing right here in front of me on this one. It just struck me. I never really thought about this before. It struck me that, okay, this guy says, let's go through it. 40 yards from its intersection with a road that leads up to the hotel, comma, when he saw a little man come out of the ditch, that's the operative word there, beside the road and pass diagonally toward the hotel road. Okay. In the cases of, supposed interactions, or at least sightings of creepazoids, not lights in the sky, but actual creepazoids, it's pretty common that the little bastards are lurking around in ditches alongside the roads. I mean, you get these in Iowa, they come out of an irrigation ditch, or Algeria, some other ditch, some other stupid place. Why do they like the ditches? I mean, I have no clue. I cannot compute this at all. I just now realized that there are many, many, many cases where people claim they saw little, or sometimes big, things that they suspect are not from this world. And they came out of ditches, or they went back into ditches, or they were hiding in the ditch, or they were laying in the ditch, or the hell. Okay, I don't know what this one means, but it's there. It's a definite pattern. Tell me what it means in the comments. Could it be that some alien? This is reaching, man. This is reaching. Could it be that some percentage of the aliens visiting Earth, presuming any of them are visiting Earth, but could it be that some percentage of them come from a kind of a sort of a reptilian stock way back in their ancestry. And so they're just naturally kind of sort of, attracted to ditch, swampy, nasty, dark, slimy, wet kinds of places. That's reaching. That's a bridge too far. Okay. Just keep in the back of your mind. See if it pops up again. His height was less than 4 feet 3 inches. Okay. He did not walk. Oh, well then. Now, okay, it sounds stupid. It sounds outrageous. Lots of reports of this, and whatever kind of anti-gravity god dang boots he's got, I want him, and I would wrestle him and, tie him up and duct tape. Gorilla Brand is the best. And take his boots. That's what I would do. I want him that badly. And he can piss off. I don't care. He's got to hoof it back to the saucer. I don't care. I don't care. I want them that badly. If they're too little, they won't fit on my feet. Okay, I cut the soles off, and I duct tape them onto my feet with Gorilla Brand duct tape, Shit. No, they don't pay me. I genuinely happen to like it. I use it for pretty much everything, No, I'm not going to go there. Howard Stern. Go there, that bastard jackass. Okay. God, that's enough screwing around. His height was less than 4 feet 3 inches. He did not walk, but glided over the ground with legs immobile. So he's not even pretending to walk. He's got some kind of frickin' anti-gravity invisible skateboard thing. Son of a bitch, I want that thing. As he neared the entrance to the hotel road, he vanished before the witness's eyes. The observation lasted no more than 10 seconds. Okay, I was liking it until it got to the part where he vanished. Okay. Unfortunately, lots and lots, a huge percentage of these sightings say that they just gone, just bloop, gone, vanished. Some of the reports that claim that are really, really, really credible. All kinds of independent witnesses and reliable witnesses and things like that. So I can't I can't dismiss them out of hand. I can't say no, it's bullshit if they say they vanished. I can't say that. I'm just saying it bothers me because what do I know, I can't make anything disappear. And then the other part of this is, why would he? He's crossing the road, gliding along. Nobody's chasing him. And then he just goes, boop, he's gone. Why would he do it right then? Okay. Let's say he wants to be invisible. Why wouldn't he become invisible when he's down there in the ditch and nobody can see him? And then, as an invisible entity, he just, glides up, slithers up out of the ditch and goes across the road. Nobody would even know it. Shit. Okay, credibility or not. We're supposed to decide if there's any possible credibility to these things. It's 1930. You got to keep in mind a little bit people's mindset in 1930. What are they thinking about? What are they interested in? What's life like around them? Now in 2019, let's say, somebody has a story like this, you think, oh, well, you watch Star Wars too many times. You don't put too much on it. But in 1930, it has some more weight to it. Okay, credibility or not, I can't say there's no credibility. How much? Okay, so there is. How much? Oh, God, I'm so tired of explaining this thing. We measure credibility in grains of sand, and if a report is really, really good, we'll give it a spoon of sand, and it goes into our bucket, and maybe someday the bucket is full of sand, and then we say, okay, we believe in aliens. It's 8 gallons, so it's a big bucket. And sometimes they're shitty, and we give it a grain of sand. So whatever, commensurate, How much sand can we give this thing? I give it 2 grains, just by virtue of the fact that it was reported in 1930 and not 2019. If it was in 2019, I'd give it maybe 2, 3, 4 molecules of 1 grain of sand. 1930, Oh, I'll give it 2 greens. Okay, there we go. Bye-bye. Okay. We're looking for France. Only France tonight for this episode. This is 291, by the way. Episode 291 of our, this current series of aliens thing, whatever they're. Okay, I'm going to try this one. I'm going to try it. Valence, France. Did I get it? No, because I didn't have no accent. 1930, date is 1930, time is midnight. The 8-year-old witness had gone outside his home behind some hedges in order to satisfy a physiological need. He had to pee, for God's sake. Come on, people. Why did they go outside? Don't they have bathrooms in 1930 in Valence, France? After finishing, he looked behind him and noticed the figure of a man only about 50 to 60 centimeters in height. That's, right around 2 yards. Wait, 50, 60, no. It's 100 centimeters to a meter. Since I live in the land of meters, you'd think I would have figured that out. So he's 2 feet, about 2 feet high. Okay, whatever. The figure was wearing a gray uniform and stood 6 meters from him. So 6, 3, 18 feet. Good. Upon being seen, the little figure turned around and ran across a vegetable field and out of sight. Okay, well, he didn't have a space helmet. He didn't have a ray gun. There weren't no flying saucers. He didn't levitate. Didn't do anything. Could have been just a little person. Credibility or not? 9. Okay. I'm just going to sequentially here through France. Moselle. No, I'm not going to. Why do I try it? France, 1931, time is night. A local couple is perturbed by the repeated appearances in their... Oh, shit. I hate it already, but I'm going to do it anyway. I have to. I'm duty bound. I have to. That's a rule. If we start it, we have to finish. That's a piece of shit. Okay. A local couple on acid. No, they didn't have acid in 1930. A local couple is perturbed by the repeated appearances in their home. Do I have to read it? Yeah. Of a smiling head or face of what appeared to be a Chinese entity. Shit. The strange apparition would appear in their bedroom at night. Both would wake up to see the head or face vanish in plain sight. After a while, it was not seen again. Thank you, Jesus, for that. Credibility for alien encounters? Nope. Niet. Okay. I lived with Russians for a really long time. I learned one word. And that's all I wanted to learn. Con, Alps, Maritimes, France. I screwed it up. Of course I did. I don't care. End of March 1931, times 1500, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. M. Blanc, the conductor of a streetcar, saw 300 feet in front of him beside the road a sort of gray-white luminous curtain looking as if rain were falling behind it. I kind of like it because this is kind of a commonish report kind of a thing. As the streetcar approached, he saw the luminous curtain part. And in the middle appeared a human form about 5.5 feet tall, which he took for an apparition of the Blessed Virgin. What in the hell is he smoking? Okay. A lot of people, depending on the era, will take any kind of a sighting of anything. Take a sighting of Chewbacca, and they're pretty sure it's the Virgin Mary, Shit. Whatever. However his little pea brain had to interpret it, okay, yeah, okay. Which he took for an apparition of the Blessed Virgin, This figure was wearing a veil on its head and a close-fitting long white robe with a blue girdle. Now, I don't know what the Frenchie see when they say the word girdle in America. That's like underwear. That's underwear, people. A long white robe with a blue girdle. That's underwear. That's a. You know, it ain't X-rated yet, but it's heading that direction. I don't think the Virgin Mary wears that shit. God. And had its hand held out in front. Yeah, it wants offerings. It wants offerings. Hey, a little cup, you know. Shit. After about 15 seconds, the figure rose up and appeared to be sucked up into a lenticular-shaped gray cloud. Now, they want us to believe that the streetcar is going along, clickety-clack, clickety-clack. And this curtain, this portal to another dimension appears and opens up, and something comes out, and, you know, looks like it's wants some kind of offering thing. I mean, if I was a magical being and I wanted an offering, I could think of a hell of a lot better places than to stand alongside the road as a clickety-clack old streetcar rumbles by. Ain't gonna stop. Shit. Okay. The cloud rose to 60 feet altitude and went off horizontally toward Nice at high speed, leaving a trail behind it. The passengers on the streetcar saw only the cloud. The next day, the Nice newspaper, something, reported a similar apparition in Nice half an hour later. What the hell? Was it an angel? Well, no, I don't think so, because angels don't have to get sucked up into a cloud and fly around like that. Yeah, okay, credibility or not, yeah, maybe. I can't say there's none. People saw the cloud, and the other towns saw the cloud, and the newspaper reported the same stinking damn thing. I give them, as far as it being an actual alien from outer space, shit. Two grains, because they're little. Two grains of sand. Okay, there you go. All right, what do we got? Come on. Here's, oh yeah, that's a good one. Pronounce that one, will you? Come on. Something, comma, France. There, I nailed it. 1932, time of night. The young witness was returning home late at night along an alleyway when he noticed walking in his direction at about 3 to 4 meters away a very short humanoid figure. Very short. Okay. So at that point, you know, you're not really too alarmed. You think it's a kid, it's a little person. You can kick their ass if you have to. Thinking it, what did I just say? Thinking it was a lost child, he attempted to approach it. But was stunned to realize that it was some kind of humanoid wearing a light-colored... Holy hell. Some kind of humanoid wearing a light-colored, tight-fitting coverall with an opaque helmet that covered its features. Now, I don't know if this is your first one of ours or your 300th. We got like 600 or 700 of these out here in various forms and formats in all kinds of different channels all over the place. I don't know where they are anymore. I lost track. Lots and lots of the early ones were just audio only. They were podcasts. Anyway, there's a really, really common theme, maybe the most common theme through all of these reports, and that is many, countless numbers of people, thousands of reports. They claim the creepsoids were wearing light-colored or silvery-colored, tight-fitting coveralls. And I've speculated endlessly on why so many aliens would wear that, if in fact they do wear that, and if in fact they even exist in the first place. I'm not going to go into it now. Someday I'll hit it again. I've hit it quite a few times. The takeaway here is that thousands of people through thousands of reports have said that's what they're wearing. So they're over the last 200, 300, 400 years, they're all making it up, right? Every single witness, every single encounter report, they all made it up. Pretty organized. Every language, every continent, most countries, they all made it up. Sheep herders, they made it up too. Hell. The figure was extremely thin, and it had longer than normal arms. Very, very, very commonly reported. As it came to within 3 feet of the witness, it suddenly stopped and bent his head down, at the same time stooping his arms and shoulders toward the ground. Why did this guy let it get within 3 feet? I see it 3 to 4 meters away. It advances 0.1 meters further. I'm in Idaho. No, I'd go behind something and I would look. I'm not going to stand there and let its tentacles grab me, or, the probing or something like that. Good dang, because you don't know these days. The figure was extremely thin, and it had longer than normal arms. As it came to within 3 feet, 1 meter, of the witness, it suddenly stopped and bent his head down, at the same time stooping his arms and shoulders toward the ground. I'd be thinking, are you getting ready to spring, you little son of a bitch? The figure was completely featureless. Well, how do we know that? Because it's got an opaque helmet on. Yeah. I mean, let's see. The figure was completely featureless and was about 3 feet tall. Terrified, the witness screamed, "Good man, good man," and ran away from the area calling for his mommy. Smart man. He did not see the humanoid depart. I mean, do we go through these, kind of sort of assuming that they actually happened, and then we try to find some logic into whatever the hell the buggers were doing, if they existed? Why would it do that? Well, I want to know what it did next, but he's not there, so I think it leaped into the air, and then its claws and talons extended, and it had planned to come down on the guy's face. But the guy wasn't there anymore because he ran away. I'm betting that's what happened. Credibility or not? Yeah. I mean, you can't dismiss this shit. How many grains of sand? It's 1932. Nobody's got a brain full of aliens yet. That didn't really start until later 50s. I mean, it was around then. There were comic books and some silent movies and shit like that. But, it was really, really fringe, and people were not thinking about that. 2 grains of sand. Okay. How are we doing for time here? Oh, man. Okay. France. Yeah, it looks like a really simple one here. It's a really simple place name, but, I'll get bashed if I screw it up, so I'm not going. 1936, time is unknown. A lone witness reported encountering in a wooded area. I kind of like these. A 3-meter tall humanoid. Oh my God. Female figure. Wearing a long black cape and dark outfit. There is no other information. Wait, what is this? Yeah, there's some kind of a comment thing down here. It says, it is curious that in France, reports of female humanoids, many times alone, and connected with the Virgin Mary apparitions have been reported. Well, no, it's not curious at all. France was at least a very religious, a lot of Catholic influence there. And they drilled that, Virgin Mary thing into the heads of those people, so they close their eyes at night, they see the Virgin Mary. Everything is a Virgin Mary. So the Philippines is worse. Some of the countries are even worse yet. They see a dog running down the road. Oh, it's a Virgin Mary. Oh no, it's not. It's just a stupid dog. All right. Credibility or not, I can't. It's just so short. There's nothing really. I could give it one molecule of silica sand. That's all. And half the time, you take one molecule, and look how small it is. You can't even see it, can you? And you drop it into the bucket. Well, the fan across the room, it just blows it away. It doesn't even go into the bucket. It goes some other damn place. So it's kind of a waste of time. But just for the hell of it, we say that we put a molecule in there. Okay, that's it. That's it. We're done. All right. Thank you very much. Good evening. We're going to do more French ones because we just got so many. Good evening and good night.